Eric Spiekermann's poster sums up a dream, a great dream, an ideal, that with the help of poetry, of art, of design, of music, of passion, it must be possible to change the world a little bit. It is a dream with the subtext that what we do each day is not worthless and has a value for others, and that goes beyond the immediate present. And it says also that designers want to be slightly more than just self-absorbed lifestyle agents in some immense marketplace. When I asked a colleague of mine to provide me some pictures for this talk, he sent me this email. So the question is, can designers save the world? You may say this is a silly question. It is, of course. It is a little bit romantic, but I come back to this at the end of my talk. I'm talking about communication design because we are surrounded by design communication, and communication is something which is a focal point in our life. That is what we call graphic design or communication design up to now. There's a big competition among young designers to win the so-called fantastic commissions, which are often executed without any payment, free of pay or for a very shabby pay. And it's said that it's good to add value to one's portfolio, or maybe it's good for winning an award with. And this competition also said that that there are a lot of talented amateurs who are offering designing at low rates. Copy shop do it per minute. Graphic design, social media services, web present comes as single package, all inclusive. So graphic design or communication design loses its value. Yes. If we are talking about change or saving the world, political statements in form of posters, brochures, books are very inspiring. I did a lot of them, and I'm still passionate about that. But they are good for expositions, maybe also for the good conscience, but they're affecting nearly nothing. Nevertheless, communication and design communication has changed our world and is changing our world every day. Everybody wants to have the next communication gadget. We are in continuous contact with all our friends. We are sending a lot of messages with varying degrees of importance. And we want to have the next smartphone, smartwatch, smart living, smart whatever. And people buy crazy apps like the mosquito repellent app or the anti-seclusion app, or maybe for you in future as helicopter or drone parents, there are also secure electronic fences for your children. All these communication-related items are changing our world. They are changing both behavior and society as a whole. All of you may have observed mothers who are oblivious to their children because they are so absorbed by their smartphones, or parents who put just in front of their eyes at meal times tablets or iPads so that they can work without any interruption. We are confronted each day with such banal questions as whether we like the service in the hotel where we recently stayed, or our opinion of the restaurant, the best restaurant in our area. And all these answers are turned into business, into profit, and so people get transformed in a sort of business units. Sometimes it's very exciting. Designers shape our world. They are highly responsible for these visual outfits of our world, and sometimes it's very nice and exciting. But that is not what I started for when I started design. To me, important questions are, for example, how should we care for the aged, how can we meaningful integrate people unable and unwilling to stay in their home country, how can we work on it that people get know each other better and thus prevent xenophobia and racism. Why is there not more exposure and more money spent for the peace-building activities? There are a lot of successes in this field, but they are not in the media. There is no media spotlight on this. And so I think this is a big field of activity for designers. Designers could make a big difference. Friends, family, social life take pride of place in our life. That is to say, this is very important to share our humanity without the money business. The things we use or we design, they are without any signification if they are not related to people. For a society, to my opinion, it is necessary if it wants to develop further and further to take leave and failure. It has to take leave of possessions, the well-known, the familiar ballast. To my opinion, communication designers have to take leave from the idea of graphic design or communication design as it used to be and go for more openness and transparency. So that means also that the education of graphic design has to change, go more for openness. I think the new skills of designers are, in addition to the traditional skills, bringing people together, listening, asking naive and intelligent questions, collecting and structuring data, moderating, bringing knowledge and associations together, and then engaging design thinking as big business companies already do for their business reasons to create or to propose options for action. So if the design study has to change and go more for openness and transparency and user-related processes, that also means our education has to go for this. I show you some students' project. This is an attempt of students to link together urban participatory projects to improve the way they are perceived and also their quality. But rather than the design of the communication media in the end, the main focus was on bringing and interlinking these actors together. This is also a project by students. They tried a neighborhood project. They invented a sort of neighborhood office where they tried to get acquainted the neighbors, drinking coffee together, exchanging clothes, talking, preparing food. This project did not turn out so very well because the police didn't play a very constructive role in the whole process, and it rained. But the students could probe what the role of a designer could be. This is the project of the German Berlin design group Anschläge.de. They tried to reunite, or they reunited, the two sections of a Polish-German village, Aurit and Urat, which was separated since the Second World War and had nothing to do with one another since then. So the designers installed larger-than-life portraits of the two sections, of the residents of the two sections. German faces, a German resident faces the Polish side, and Polish resident facing the German side. And so they went into the houses of both sides, were collecting stories, listening. They took photographs, and then they passed the stories on respective sides, and thus they sparked mutual curiosity. Look how skeptical the residents are about this process. But in the end, they succeeded in bringing the two halves a little bit more together and in interesting the people to their neighbors. And at the end, there was the possibility for the residents to live in a way together much better than before. So communication design can contribute to changing human community, giving and propose alternatives, giving facts a face, a human face, explaining connections means generating trust. And this is a very important point, because trust is a good antidote to inflated self-esteem and prejudice. People with different skills and talents and backgrounds need to get together to make clear what the decisions that we take every day do to others. We are not capable of knowing what the decisions or the actions of our daily life cause to others. But if we get acquainted with the victims or the benefits of our daily action, there can be a change. And designers, to my opinion, can take the role as moderators, as motors, as structure givers. And doing this work means also working in good partnership with local authorities, with church, with schools, with administrators, and this work is not often very spectacular, but it is essential. You will maybe not get an award for it, but it is necessary. So let me sum it up. That means to me, graphic designers, communication designers are highly responsible of our visual environment. They shape it, they're responsible how it looks. And they are also responsible for the spread of a lot of senseless concepts and useless things. And I think they should free themselves from the idea of beautiful commissions and go more for the invention of social structures for a meaningful human coexistence. So if I sum it up, my conclusion is, of course, designers cannot save the world. You all know that, we know that. But they can make a very big difference. So engage a designer at a very early stage of your problem-solving process. And to the designers, I want to say, roll up your sleeves, go out, and get started. Thank you very much.